Hi Everett, my name is Miss Eilbert and I teach 8th grade math. And I'm here today to recommend to you a book called, the very intriguing title, called Chasing Secrets by Jennifer Choldenko. So this is a historical fiction novel, and I really enjoyed it. What first got me excited about it was it is about our city, San Francisco, in like early 1900s. So I just had a lot of fun kind of picturing our city that we know and love so much, but almost 100 years ago. And right around the time that this book takes place, there was this big plague scare. So people thought that people were getting sick, and it was getting kind of blamed on a certain area of town, on Chinatown. And the main character is a girl whose father is a doctor, and they quarantine Chinatown, and she looks at that and she kind of says, I know how diseases work, how plague works, and the way they're doing this doesn't make sense. And she starts to think that it has maybe a little bit more to do with some prejudices, things about Chinatown than about actual medical problems. But that's not all it's about. I thought she was such a great main character. She comes across, issues. She befriends somebody of a different race than her, which was very unusual for that time. A lot of people think that she's not really quite girly enough because she goes on trips to take care of people with her dad, who's a doctor. She's a lot smarter than people think girls should be around that time. And I'm going to read to you a passage that I really enjoyed where she's talking to this boy who she befriends, who is Chinese, and he is the son, she's white, and he is the son of their sort of a servant that works for them, but who she's very close to and she likes a lot. And she just discovered that he has actually been hiding up in the attic of their house for a while to hide from that quarantine happening in Chinatown. So they had a conversation that I thought was interesting. Okay, so she is talking to the son about his father, her family's servant, but who she feels very close to. So Noah is the boy's name. He says, "It was your mama's idea for him to bake things in your birthday cake." "Really?" He nods. "Mama celebrates my birthday with me. Am I just like the Lizzie I was when I was little? Would she love me now the way she did then?" "Baba said she adored you, and when she realized she was going to die, she made him promise to stay until you grew up." My mouth drops open. What? It never occurred to me that Jing would ever leave. Family members can't decide they won't be family anymore. But of course, Jing is not family. He's staying because he promised Mama. Noah nods. I look around Jing's room. The walls are the same as the walls in my room, the floor, the door frame, the closet, but the room is filled with foreign things. "Why are you here?" I asked Noah. "You came before the quarantine, didn't you?" "We heard that it might happen. Baba wanted me out." "He was worried about the plague?" "He was worried I'd starve." "Starve?" "Everything is closed off. Nothing is allowed in. A lot of people think it's a way to get rid of us." "Who wants to get rid of you?" "People like you." "Me? I don't want to get rid of you. I just brought you food." "Well, not you." "Who would want Jing to starve? Jing has made almost every meal I've ever eaten. There was always enough. I couldn't stand it if Jing were hungry." Noah stops chewing. "What's the matter?" "Papa says you shouldn't lie to a patient, but you needn't add to their worries by piling on your own." "I'm worried about Jing too." He sinks his teeth into his sandwich. "My name in Chinese is Choi, which means wealthy. When I grow up, I'm going to own a bank with lots of money and free food. Shall I call you Choi? You should call me by my American name." I nod. "How are you going to get the money for your bank?" "I'm thinking on that. Maybe I'll learn in college." "He's going to college? I can't even go to college. Do Chinese people go to college?" "Some," he says. "Some women go to college too." He snorts. "Don't tell me you want to." "I do." I've never said it out loud before. His brow furrows. "It'll be hard." "You think I'm stupid?" "You're not as smart as I am." "What? That's not a nice thing to say. How would you know anyway?" "You're a girl. You'll get married like all girls do." "I'm not getting married." The flush rises in my cheeks. Wives have to do what they're told. "Maybe you could marry a stupid husband, and then you could make all the decisions." I frown. "What would I do with a stupid husband?" "If you got tired of him, you could take him to an auction." "A stupid husband auction?" I ask. "Would the amount of money you got for him be based on how stupid he was?" "Yes, so you'd have to prove his stupidity," Noah says. "My husband is so stupid, he fills the salt shaker through the little holes in the top." Noah grins. "Maybe you are smart enough for college. I'll help you if it's too hard." "I'll help you if it's too hard." So that's just a little snippet of, I just thought that their friendship was really interesting, and that it brings up like things about how they're different in terms of their race, how they're different in terms of their gender, and what society expects of them. And I just thought they had a really beautiful way that they became friends despite all those differences. So I would highly recommend this book if you kind of like the idea of taking a look into the past of our city and what it was like. And if you enjoy, strong, spunky female heroines, because I know that I do. So I highly recommend this one.